soul.
When I tell you I hated Bird and her husband,
Yeah.
they were bad.
No, they really were
That
a
was a
mess from
couple-
like start to finish. Like, oh my gosh.
That was a couple. Hi, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Dell.
And this is the Black Catch-Up, where we're catching up on iconic black media we missed out on in our more conservative religious childhood.
Alright, so today we watched Soul Food.
Yes. So as always, I am DB. One person can keep a family together, and when that one person is gone, a family can be torn apart.
Okay. It's like super vague.
It was like a poem.
Yeah.
It was like a poem.
Like a haiku or something. Yeah, super vague too. Dang.
Very vague. So, yeah.
Alright, as
We're
usual,
going to start
starting
off
off
with
with
things that we
liked.
like.
Yeah, you want to kick it off?
I'm torn. Yeah. I'm torn on whether I should go for the obvious one, that if you watch this show, you'll know I liked, or if I could start with something like more basic. I'll start with the obvious one that you guys know I'm going to like. It's when Terry went after her husband with the knife.
Oh, yeah.
That whole scene where they were arguing in the kitchen about whether or not to sell the family home after their mother had passed, and Terry goes to fuck this family. The family fucked my husband and runs after her husband with the knife.
Yeah. No, I love how
great.
quick it happened,
Vanessa
too.
Williams. It was so fast. She was like, everyone was just looking at her like, Terry, and she's like, fuck this family. And I was like,
and I like the husband too.
great.
He's like, wait, let me talk, and she's like, talk about what? And then immediately comes with the knife. I was like, yes, good, because there's nothing to say. Yeah. That was a very good scene.
But yeah, if you've watched this channel even like once, you knew that was gonna be on my list if you've seen this movie. If you've seen this movie and you've seen it in the channel, you're like, oh, I know what Danielle's gonna pick. So yeah, let's get it out the way.
Yeah. No, there was definitely some good chaos in this movie. I thought all the dinners were pretty good in terms of chaos. Like even the first one I thought was pretty good. Like there was some pretty good tea aired out in like the very first dinner. You know, and like everyone since then. But
I will say it made me jealous of that kid because he seemed to know all the tea to narrate, and I was like, as a kid, I didn't think my love of tea had not developed enough, I wasn't like snooping around to learn all the like family gossip. But that kid,
he came was in it every time
and learned all the tea. He knew all the tea. And I was like, kid, I wish I was you when I was little, knowing all the family tea. Now what do I know? Nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, man. That wasn't my place. I did like how this one was in the little boy's perspective. You know, it was kind of. It was a very nice, like, from the kid's perspective, where like there were times where he didn't fully understand everything, and then like got more information later, or like. You know, like like you get to see like his relationship with the grandmother versus like the grandmother and her kids kind of thing, who tend to more like fight along themselves and not necessarily like just get along with each other. So it was just a very interesting perspective to get it from like the kid's point of view.
Yeah, I like that too, especially because he's a child. So, of course, he's coming at these with, like, the simplicity of a child, where he's just, like, where his main thing is, like, I want all my family to be together to have these Sunday dinners. But the family's like, so-and-so's cheating on so-and-so, and then there's a baby, and then he went to jail, and then they're always borrowing money. So, like, the family has their own, like, things bubbling up, but he's just, like, we're getting that kind of pure childlike, I just want my family to be together. But then we still get to, like, peek behind the curtain and be like, and this is why they're not together. It's because everybody crazy.
Yeah.
So is it my turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. I said in general, I really like the relationship with the sisters. I think it was just a really realistic family dynamic, especially with how much they've screwed each other over in various ways. When we get to the negatives, I will talk about who I think was screwed over the most, but I just thought it was very true to what it's like to have siblings. Yeah. Although I don't think you or my other brothers screw me over nearly.
Yeah, no, not doing this about because even the one girl like stole the one dude's boyfriend and like married him. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was tea.
Yeah. The one thing I had as like a positive, this one's like only a slight positive, but I was kind of braced for the hand wavy ending of like we all ate food and then everything was happy. But I did like how like the final message was like a large influx of money solved a lot of these problems. So I did like that kind of being the message at the end. I thought that was like kind of realistic. And like, and again, like I think I was like fully braced for like them to like pray, eat good food, and then everything solved in the movie world.
So was I.
You know, but I do like how they just added the money part to make it like a little more realistic.
Yeah. Because a lot of their problems did kind of stem from money.
Yeah.
So it was like, now we have the money, so some of those problems go away.
Yeah, like people can get their own space kind of thing. People like don't need to worry about jobs, stuff like, you know, so I thought that was good. Do you have anything else? Okay.
That's all I have.
I'll just shout out the food. The food looked very good. I was very hungry watching this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just looked very, very tasty. It just like reminded me of like home like Thanksgiving kind of meals and stuff. So
yeah, I was also jealous in the fact that they have. I was like jealous, but also not jealous that they have like Sunday dinner where it's like they're eating like how we eat for Thanksgiving every single week.
I'm like, how are y'all cooking this? Because like that takes a while to cook up, you know?
Yeah, especially if you want it to taste good.
Yeah. Like some things have to sit overnight, like, you know? Like,
yeah, but they're like frying catfish on a whim. They're like making sweet potato pies like it's nothing.
Like, I'm like, have like multiple ovens or something. Like,
dang, have multiple ovens. There's a lot of hands in that kitchen, but my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I was like jealous of that, but then also I was like, we would be like 50 tons as a family if we ate like that every single week.
Every Sunday. And let alone like the coordination of like getting everyone there on a Sunday every week, you know? But whew. Yeah, all right, let's get into negatives now.
Yeah. So you can start this off. Yeah,
let's see where I want to start. One thing that kind of boggled me was why the kid was always like alone and being like passed around. Like he like never seemed to be with his parents, and even when he was, they didn't seem to like him. Like it just seemed really awkward when like his parents were with him. He seemed like a major inconvenience. And then he also had a sister too that was like nowhere to be found for most of the movie.
Ooh.
Like those are like that may be like slightly nitpicky, but like it just like boggled my mind how he was like just like roaming free for like the whole movie. Like he was like in the hospital with his grandmother alone kind of thing. Like he was like alone the whole movie, which like kind of like bothered me a lot, you know?
Which is weird when you consider this whole thing's about family and like being together. Like if no one hung out with this kid, especially if he's getting to the hospital, like presumably someone would like. Hospitals shouldn't let just children roam.
I don't know. Apparently they did. That's what it seemed like.
Back in '97 when this took place, you could just be a child roaming the streets.
For real.
And then show up at a hospital and see your grandma.
Yeah.
So, one of my bigger critiques is I felt that, although I did like most of the Sunday dinners, I felt as though the one where, like the last one, that felt a little weak in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Just because it just felt as though everyone was, the one where everyone was there under false pretenses, that was fine, whatever. That's how you get people to these events. But I don't know if I was just protective of Terry, because I recently listened to a podcast about Vanessa Williams and how she was wronged in the pageantry circuit. Mm-hmm. Just like how no one apologized to her, and I felt as though she was the one who was wronged the most. Like, literally, 2 of her boyfriends or, like, partners slept with people in her family. And nobody apologized for that. Not Faith, the cousin or whoever that was, and certainly not her husband. I did not hear one sorry come out of his mouth. No. Like, and then I also feel as though they didn't, like, what makes those scenes really good is because everyone's airing their grievances, and it kind of just seemed as though Attack Terry time, when it was like, she kind of had a valid reason to want to, like, go against Bird's husband, who was the ex-con. She definitely had a reason to be against Vivica Fox's family, because they keep wanting, they have a lot of nerve talking about her money when they're never paying her back. Yeah, and she's, like, supposed to be the piggy bank for the house, like, the entire family. It's like, no, we're gonna do this. And it's like, once it's your money, you can tell me what to do. But, like, since I'm the one who's bankrolling this whole operation, she should have put her lawyer hat on and been like, you know what, fine, you want to take care of this? have at it. Like, I'll take my name off the house. You guys can deal with this if you want to keep it so bad. Like, have fun with that. But I just felt as though it was a little bit of a weaker, like, explosion, especially for the end of the movie when everyone's, like, hasn't seen each other in a long time and they still, like, left on a very sour note. I felt as though it shouldn't have been a tack Terry. We should have, like, spread the wealth of drama. And it was also kind of short, too.
Yeah. I'll get into my side of this, because I also thought it was weak, but I guess the reason I thought it was weak, probably, like, very simple, like, probably a lot of overlap, but the main, like, how I saw it in my head was, like, it just felt like that like, final scene happened way too late in the movie, and they just, like, had to wrap it up quickly. You know, because, like,
I can see that.
There were a few, like, it seemed like tension was building the whole movie, and then you get to this, like, final dinner scene, and, like, there's only, like, 10 minutes left in the movie, and, like, they want everything to be wrapped up nicely with the whole money thing, so, like, that, like, we didn't get that, like, one big spectacular scene that we've seen in, like, other movies that have this kind of similar format, you know? And I think, like, part of it, like, it just seemed like it was, like, happened way too late in the movie, and we got, again, into that, like, picture of the horse where, like, the head's really good, and, like, you've done all this, like, good build-up of, like, building up these 3 different relationships, all the different drama, and then you're like, oh, shit, there's 10 minutes left, we gotta wrap this up quickly, and then you end up, like, then you end up, like, having the uncle come out of nowhere with the cash, and then the little boy, like, ends up narrating, like, half the ending, you know? So, I thought that's what made the final dinner scene weak. Like, it just, like, it happened too late, and, like, there wasn't time to explore enough, you know?
Yeah. It went by so quickly, because they kind of just, like, cut it off with the fire. They were just, like, and stop.
Yeah, I forgot, like, the fire happened. Yeah,
the fire happens, and that kind of just, like, cuts off the rest of the dinner scene.
Yeah.
And it definitely needed to be longer, because we, like, got half of a fight. Not even half, we got, like, a fourth of a fight. Like,
yeah.
There may be
because honestly, I think it was kind of getting to its peak once the fire started, because they were, like, because that's when they were getting on the boy for inviting everyone there for the fake money. You know, like, that's when it was really about to pop off, you know?
Yeah. It started to pop off, and then they were like, just kidding.
Just kidding. Let's end all this. Everyone's happy now. The money's here. Uncle Pete's good now. Like, everything's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Uncle Pete pulled a Grandpa Joe.
Yeah. They want to go there.
I think it's your turn.
I think that was pretty much all I had.
Oh, okay. The next thing I have was I wish they talked about the myth of the money a little bit more, just so it wouldn't be like, and surprise, there's money. I kind of wish it was almost like the lore of the money that was interwoven in a lot of what they were doing, because they mentioned it from my memory once when they were in the kitchen talking about, oh yeah, you know, Mom has that secret stash of money, and then they were immediately like, there's no money, and then no one ever talked about it again until the kid brought it up. So I wish there was kind of like more seeds of the money. So when it was a big reveal, it would have been more like, oh, we had given up hope on this money, but it's actually here. Instead of it being like, okay, we're just going to like pander to this kid who thinks his grandma left him money.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the reason why it felt like rushed to me at the end. Because like, again, like I was bracing for the whole like prayer, they get together for food thing. Because like, I had like damn near forgotten about the money aside from those like scenes of like the boy telling him, oh, I found the money kind of thing. But like, I think we all kind of knew that wasn't true, you know, but I definitely agree. They could have like made it just more ingrained in the movie, or like having one of the people like looking for it throughout the movie or something, just so it didn't feel like such like a clean ending, you know, that's like perfectly made for studio kind of thing.
Yeah. And the last thing I had, and this is I think a real nitpicky bit, but everything about Bird and her ex-con husband, hated it. They were just so messy. I hated that relationship more than anything. Not even because he was an ex-con, but just like every time they fought, I was like, you guys shouldn't be together.
It did start off super rough too, because it started off at the wedding with him like dancing with his ex.
Yeah, and her ex like comes in and like slips $1 down her shirt. I was like, I hate all of this.
Yeah.
And then they have this like huge fight where he doesn't want to accept her help finding a job, even though he explicitly states he can't find a job because he's an ex-con. So I'm like, well, what do you want, man? You're saying he literally goes, oh, I can't find a job. You don't know what it's like to be me. I'm an ex-con. I can't get a job because I'm an ex-con. And she's like, do you want me to help you? And he's like, no, I don't need your help getting a job. And I'm like, What was this?
Yeah.
I hated that.
That is one thing. This one, like, took the man supposed to, like, be the provider, and, like, I feel like this one took it to the extreme. Like, there were, like, several scenes of, like, there was the one scene where the guy was, like, helping cook at the end, and then the other sister comes, and he's like, no, go put in work on the remote. I was like, what? I guess that's what people were saying in the 90s, you know? But,
like, he's here, he's helping. Come on, guys.
Yeah, like he was already helping, clearly knowing what he's doing, and they were like, "Nah, go sit on the couch and do like change the channels." I was like, "What?"
I was like, "Ugh."
But yeah,
the male-female dynamics in the family were not great.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, but that was all I had.
Okay, ready for ratings?
Yes. I'll start this one. Yeah. I gave this a 3.5 out of 5. Overall, I enjoyed the vibe of this movie. It kind of reminded me of Waiting to Exhale, only with more things happening in it. I just think they really whiffed at the ending. They kind of just like set up all this drama and the tension, and it went really well. And then they kind of were like, oh crap, is that the time? We actually need to leave right now. And they just were like, and they found the money and everything's good, and the kid will narrate, it's cheesy, corny, good. So I overall did really enjoy it. Not Bird and her and her con husband hated them, and that definitely every time they came on screen, I was like, please just end it now. I don't want this. Yeah. I'm not. This isn't for me. But overall, I did enjoy this movie actually.
Yeah. Okay. I give this one a 3 out of 5. For like mostly the same reasons. I think the one thing I'll add is I wanted this one to be a little funnier. Yeah, I don't know what, like, it just seemed like it had like a good amount of drama and a good amount of chaos, but I feel like usually there's, again, like, and it's part of that, like, we didn't get that like big final blow up, you know, like we did have the scene with like the knife that, like, again, like maybe I wanted more scenes like that I could laugh at, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I definitely did like the overall vibe and kind of feel of this one. Like, definitely was like a very easy and enjoyable watch from like start to finish. But
made me hungry too.
Yeah. I was watching this like super late at night, just like stomach growling the whole time, you know. But it was too late to get any good food, so I just went to bed. But final question: do you wish you saw this one sooner?
I don't really have a reason to, so no.
Yeah, this one was kind of like an easy no for me. Yeah, it was definitely like a pretty fun watch, and yeah, but just no like strong reason to have seen this earlier.
Yep.
That was soul food?
That was soul food.
Okay, that was soul food. I don't know why I felt like I was missing the last question again, but I hit it this time. But yes,
you got it right this
time. That was soul food. YouTube housekeeping, like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell for notifications. If you have any movie suggestions for us, you can leave them in the comments down below. We do movies on Tuesdays and Fridays. All of our socials will be linked in the description box down below. And we'll see you next time to catch up. Bye. I also feel as though this family is really weird about inviting exes to family events.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Like, why are all these, like, first of all, how are they even coordinating this every fucking Sunday? Like, that to me is, like, shocking. That was shocking. But then, like, they're inviting, like, everyone. Like, the reverend's there. Like, people's exes are there. Random cousins are there. Like,
yeah.
Like, why was Miles at that last dinner? Like, I know the kid, but, like, get him out of there. Get the cousin out of there. Like, why are these people here? Like,
I know the cousin was there because she's supposed to be like a surrogate daughter to Baby.
Yeah.
But I was like, they keep adding to the amount of exes at the family function could never be me. The first time someone invites my ex to a family event, like not even just an event, I'll be like, no, why are we doing this?
I'm barely with inviting my significant other to an event.
Meanwhile, they're like, remember your ex-boyfriend? He was at your wedding?
Yeah.
Why was he there?
He
was at the wedding, and I was like, did y'all not know that they broke up? Why are we still bringing this man places? And then the kid was like, Uncle Miles still comes around. And I'm like, why? He doesn't have a kid. He can actually be cut clean out the family.
Yeah. No, he really could have. He
honestly
should have.
He should have. He cheated with the cousin. And if you have to keep someone in, it's the cousin Like,
oh yeah, no, it is. It's not even a question. Like, it's not like literally not a question.
I was questioning it in case y'all wanted to cut the cousin out again too, because she's apparently very flighty and pops in and out all the time.
Get the gutter dude out. Get the gutter Miles guy out. The fucking like sewers, the sewer system, you know.
Jeez. He was like, what? In all honesty, they should have cut out that old kid's dad because he cheated on the mom. Because he cheated on Terry.
No, for real. Like, honestly, this family dinner is probably what led to that whole thing, you know? Them wanting to be all close. Because I think what happened was they made the other sister third wheel all the dates kind of thing.
Yeah, like, they did the whole chaperone date thing, and then he was looking at her and was like, oh, together. And I'm like, that's some bold shit to be.
Maybe like, families aren't meant to be this close, you know? Like, I don't know.
But I was like, dating your sister's boyfriend? Like, ew, and then marrying him? What? That's rude. Yeah. And then the kids...
And then still having these family dinners throughout all of this. Like, y'all were just eating up on Sundays like none of this was happening in your lives.
And she's the one who has the audacity to ask Terry for money all the time. You stole my boyfriend. You get nothing else from me.
Yeah. That's why it's so shocking. Like, the way it seems is like shit is popping off every fucking Sunday at these Sunday dinners because there's so much drama within them.
Exes everywhere.
Like maybe that's why they're having them so often. Everyone just loves the drama. You know, the big mama just loved the drama. She liked hearing all the tea. You know.
I know, and there's so much tea at these. I'm like, what?
Well, there really is.
Oh man, and they're all like, "That's Terry. I knew she'd be like this," and I'm like, "She has the right." Y'all wrong Terry so much this entire movie. Like, Terry's been through it. She's been cheated on by every significant other we've seen in this thing. Yeah. Like, what is this? And then homegirl never pays her back. Like, and then you guys are all, like, having all these demands on what she does with her money. Guys, leave Terry alone. If I was Terry, I would have pieced out of these family dinners so fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
And that's, again, I don't understand how everyone still showed up to these things.
I'm still shocked that everyone's shocked that Terry was pissed. They're like, I can't believe Terry's upset that we were so mean to her. Like, what? This family was messy.